Hi and welcome again to Tech It Out. If you remember a while back I did a little video on this, the Black & Decker Torx electric screwdriver. It's a little different from others in that it doesn't have a rocker switch here to do the forward and back motion. You just press the main button on the back here and twist it in the direction that you want and it turns in that direction. This one has a little switch here which turns the little light on and off, and as you saw with this one it comes on automatically. Now this is the one that the Black & Decker replaced. It's an Extreme, and I think it's a B&Q home make. I bought this and I used it about maybe a dozen times, and then when I went to use it the next time it was completely dead, even though it had been charged and put to the side ready for the next time I'd use it. So we're just going to strip it down and have a look inside and see if there's a way of doing any repair really. Pop the cover off now. And that was quite straightforward. So inside you can see we have a little plate here with a button on and 3 LEDs to give you the state of the charge. That little slider which turns the LED at the front on and off. I'll just pull it out and you'll be able to see how it works. It's got a little metal strip on the slider and a metal plate with a gap in it, and one completes the circuit of the other. So just pull it back and forward to break and complete the circuit. You have the rocker switch, which of course is the forward and back, or right, left, clockwise, anti-clockwise, whichever way you want to put it. And then the charging port on the back. It has 4 almost AA size batteries, but they're a little different, and when I remove them I'll be able to show you a bit more clearly why they are a little different. But as you can see, they're just set up in a parallel. So one just feeds into the next, to the next, and to the next. And then you have one positive and one negative which goes to the rocker switch and the motor. They've got these little bits, strips of metal across which bridge the batteries. We're going to have a go at getting these out and replacing them. So the first thing we have to do really is desolder the old ones and take them off. So there's 4 wires, 2 going to each. So we'll just get the soldering iron, which is already preheated. And there we go, there's the first. And there's the second. Came off quite easy there. Let's have a look at these batteries. They are not a common make, and they are a little bit different to many that you'd normally see. A Mingley, I'm assuming they're Chinese. 1.2 volt. As you can see, they're a little bit thinner than the normal AA's as well. So it might be a bit tighter getting these in here in place of them. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to close properly with them in that little cutout for the batteries there. These strips seem to be spot welded on, unusually. We'll have a little go and see if we can unsolder, but I'm fairly certain it looks like a spot welds. Now I'm just going to try and get the screwdriver underneath to give it a little bit of leverage. Whether it'll work or not, I'm not sure, because they're quite tightly packed together actually. Let's try the other side. That might be a bit better. Right, I've got a bit more grip on that side. So we'll apply some heat. It is a spot weld, not a solder joint. That's not going to come off. Made up this other block of batteries ready. Now there is a difference between these two sets of batteries. The yellow ones, the ones that came out of the screwdriver, are actually NiCad batteries, whereas the ones I'm putting in are NiMH. The difference being NiCad are fast charger or faster charging and faster discharging. They're built for that. Whereas the ones, the NiMH metal hydride I'm putting in, you have to charge much slower and they discharge much slower. So they're not really suitable for this type of work, but I'm just using them to see if I can get it working again, basically. The other thing I've got to also say about this is I cannot use the battery charger which came with this screwdriver. For the simple reason is it'll be a fast charger and it will overheat the NiMH batteries. I'm not going to get these tabs off. I'm going to put those out of the way. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to get some wire and we'll bridge the new batteries with the wire so that they're all in series. And as you can see now, the light is working, so the batteries are actually feeding power to the circuit. The charging dock back in place. That wire's come back off again, so I'm going to have to quickly reattach that. I'm not actually taking my time with this for the simple reason I will be taking these batteries back off because they are not suitable for this application at all. So I'm not attempting to do a proper and decent solder joint. So just push these back in. I think I'm going to have to turn them over actually because that wire is very tight there, so I'll just turn them over. That's better, yes, it's going in now. Just pop the bottom in. I don't know if you can see, but the other problem here is that those terminals of the batteries are very, very close to the switch. Not a permanent solution. Probably the best way of thinking about it is if you think of a car battery and a caravan battery. A car battery is built so that it turns over an engine to start it up. Very fast rate of discharge and then a fast rate of recharging. Whereas a caravan battery is built for long-term use. A slow long discharge, and then recharging it has to be done the same way. So this is coming together, but there is a bit of a gap still. So it's all back together. I'm just going to grab myself a drill bit so you'll be able to see a little bit better. So I'll just pop this screwdriver bit in. So that all seems to be working okay. Bit of pressure on it, and I can't actually stop it from turning. That's pretty good. So that's the temporary repair of this electric screwdriver. Again, thank you for watching.